Hello and welcome back. I am Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's play some more of our campaign as Scotland with FilthyRobot. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Yeah, we have a couple free diplomats here. We gotta do something about this. We should this would be a situation where rather than getting annoyed by it, I would probably like improve relations with two nations I care about, like say France and Castile. And then the next time you get a pop-up saying, "Would you like to maintain relations?" I would probably just do it.
Well, don't we want to go back into England?
Yes, well, we have to pay attention to that. So you got to remember in a month to build spy network again. Do you think you can do that? And go ahead.
No. Nope. I'm so over moving diplomats.
Yeah, this is still one of my persistent complaints that I absolutely loathe that when you get caught spying, it knocks you out for 3 months and restricts you. I wish that it would just not kick you out, but not let you generate points for 3 months and allow you to just say, okay, that's nice, stay there.
Yeah.
I just don't want to pay attention to it that
Diplomat
often.
picks up golf.
But they just don't seem to want to give us that option. So anyway, let's see how Wallace does here.
Yep, I want to get the girthy into.
Okay, interesting. He has already decided to not reinforce. He's not actually going to take the fight now because we moved there too quickly.
All right, but we're in good terrain. Where's he going? He's going to. He's not moving at all. He's waiting.
Yeah, he's just sitting.
You stopped the army, good, because I want to stay right where we are until we see him move again.
Let's wait and see what we see. Meanwhile, Novgorod, being the genius that he is, he's going to do a winter siege. Going to suffer 4% attrition.
So we just got to recall diplomat. Okay, pop up. Advancement of the nobility. Let me pause. So
Again?
State is not in the sole source. Oh.
Didn't we just have advancement of the nobility?
No, this is different. This one just gives us the nobility state gains 10 influence. That's it.
Okay. Hey, looks like our first disaster's approaching then.
Well, they're going to be at 73. Can't we do something? Okay, so that's not that bad.
Wait, they're at 73 or they're going to be at 83?
Oh, they'll be at 83. That will be bad.
Go ahead and take it. Just take it and you'll see. You let me know if you think it's bad.
Oh, I understand that. I didn't. For some reason, I didn't realize that was putting it over. I was reading that as it will become 73, not it will become 83. Okay.
Don't worry about it. But you're going to get an alert now starting next month. Okay, let's wait just a second so that he actually commits to that fight. It looks like he was waiting for his other stack to get closer because he's bringing his other stack. It's in the fog of war right now.
Okay.
Bluzaroo or Volgada or whatever it is. Yeah, I would go ahead and reinforce now. The battle will happen on the 28th of September. We're going to be there 2 weeks late.
Okay. Typical.
Hopefully he holds out for the 2 weeks. We got a Lithuanian army that's next door. Looks like he's actually already moving to reinforce. He just broke his siege of the capital, Moskva.
Okay.
The reason he's marching south into Kaluga is because of this zone of control mechanic. So we got to talk about this for a second. I don't want to keep pausing, but we do have to talk about it.
I want to look at something while you're... So go ahead and talk about that. I'll pay attention as I look at see if there's anything I can do to reduce the nobility's influence right now. Can we just like yank a province from them or something?
Yes, that would be the easy solution, but you don't need to worry about it. They're gonna build up towards disaster at a rate of 1% per month. It's gonna take 100 months before the disaster actually fires at their current influence.
Okay.
There's a very good chance that sometime in the next 100 months the numbers are gonna change anyway, so I just wouldn't even worry about it yet. But worst case scenario, if they're at 99% and they're gonna fire next month, you just revoke a province.
Okay.
Bring them below 80%, and then it will start to decay at a rate of 1% per month.
Okay.
Just like every other type of rebellion type thing. Okay, so go ahead and go to the fort map mode. This is a concept you do kind of need to understand a bit. So you're looking at the fort map mode.
Maybe.
Can you see in where the Lithuanian army is, the Moskva province?
Where the Lithuanian army is in the province of Moscow, yeah?
Okay, so you notice how he's marching into Kaluga.
Marching into Kaluga, yeah.
The reason he's doing that is he's trying to reinforce the battle that's going to happen in Tver. The reason he can't march directly into Tver is because he's restricted by the zone of control of the fort that is in Moskva. So what happened is, you see the red dashed lines in Kaluga and Tula? Yep. He marched in from somewhere to the southwest, probably Kaluga.
Okay.
He got to Kaluga, and then because he's in that circle around the fort that's in Moskva, he has a choice. He can either leave the way he came, or go to another province that he would have normal military access through, or he can move on to the fort that's in Moskva.
But isn't the province of Kaluga also in the zone of control of the fort in Tver?
No, they do not project zone of control into enemy territory. That is a weird little thing that was only in the beta patch.
Okay, so I didn't realize it was enemy territory. No, wait, what the fuck? Tver is the same. They're both Muscovy.
Yes. Tver's not projecting his zone of control. It's a capital fort, not an actual fort. So it's under the zone,
not an actual fort. I hear. Okay, I thought what you were trying to tell me was that. Let me go find the map mode again. This is fucking irritating right now. There he is. I thought what you were talking to me about was basically a fort. It's just sat in the center. All the other provinces, it's basically restricting your access to those other provinces until you've gone through that fort.
Yes.
Now, what I don't understand is when you have adjacent forts, what happens with adjacent forts? You're telling me that the fort in Tiver is not an adjacent fort?
No, because it's not an actual fort. It is a fort. It has fort level because it's Tiver's capital. It's his only province.
Oh, Tiver is not part of Muscovy.
No, it's a subject nation, a one province minor.
All the problems have been solved now.
So, but to answer your question about the adjacent forts, actual adjacent forts, you'll notice that there's an actual adjacent fort in Ryazan to the southeast of Moskva.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot move from Moskva to Ryazan if you went from Kaluga into Moskva, you cannot go to Ryazan until you siege the fort in Moskva. Then you could go to Ryazan, but you could not move from Moskva to Vladimir until you have sieged down Ryazan.
What about Tula?
Tula,
same problem.
We could move to Tula right now because we could get to Tula because we could come in from Bryansk into Oka, which is not in the zone of control of Moskva, from Oka into Tula.
Okay.
So as long as you don't start in zone of control, you can move to another province's zone of control. So what most likely the path Lithuania is taking right now, in order to get to Tiver, is he's going to go from Moskva to Kaluga. From Kaluga, he's going to go to Ryzev, northwest. He's going to leave the zone of control of Moskva, and then he's going to reinforce from Ryzev into Tiver.
So he'll be there later than us because he's got more provinces and he's slower.
Yes, but he sees the battle approaching and he's trying to get there.
Okay. Oh my god, another fucking pop-up. All right. Marital bliss.
This battle will never happen.
We can gain a level 2 skilled trader in Lothian. Their advisor is 50% cheaper. So hold on, but because I want to look at this. So if I go over and look at our advisors,
we actually already have one.
Yeah, as I was gonna say, don't we already have a level 2?
Yeah, but it's nice to have a backup because this one will die someday.
Well, won't the other one age?
They'll both age.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So we could have a backup that we're not using. Alternatively, we could have 5 prestige.
In this case, I'd probably just take the prestige then.
Yeah. Okay, but so a skill 2 trader.
Plus 10% trade efficiency.
Yeah, but how do I tell which advisor it is?
Memory. I don't know. It's a diplomat. It's a diplomatic advisor who gives plus 10% trade efficiency.
Okay.
So
I'm going to take the prestige.
Yeah, these are not variable. Like once you've played the game for a little bit, you'll just start to recognize them. A diplomat will always give plus 1 diplomatic reputation. He'll always be a diplomatic advisor. Inquisitor is always plus 2 missionary strength.
All right, they're getting wrecked again. Do we want to go in there?
I kind of think we have to. We have to at this point.
Okay.
If we don't, then this is going to be so much more war score. And Lithuania is coming to reinforce. Granted, he's behind on tech. This is the deciding point. How do you want this war to end? If we don't help now, Novgorod's going to lose. They're going to lose.
Is that a bad thing?
It weakens our ally. It strengthens Muscovy, who is going to declare future wars that we're probably going to get pulled into, unless you break the alliance with Novgorod.
So why did we take this alliance? This has pulled us into a war we didn't really want.
We took the alliance because Novgorod and Lithuania both hate Denmark. Lithuania was supporting the rebellion, supporting the independence of Sweden, and we were hoping to have Novgorod and Lithuania both help us against our common rival in Denmark.
Let's get in here. If for nothing else, I want to see how it affects the stacks. So I can see the stacks here right now, and I want to see what happens when ours join. So.
Okay. So yeah, you can actually see we're going to just sort of deploy around. Oh, nice. He actually rolled really well. 9 versus a 0 in the shock phase right here. He's doing really great this phase. And then okay. I thought that was another 9, but it wasn't. Playing on speed 2, sometimes I get confused.
Fucking ended before we got there.
He retreated. Muscovy retreated.
Muscovy retreated? Why?
Yeah, because we got there. He ran away.
Oh, look, as we arrived. Okay.
Yeah, he saw the 13 stack in Lithuania, and we just got there, and he decided this is bad. I don't want to be here. He ran away.
It says you won.
Yeah, we won.
We didn't lose. Oh, no, wait. How did we lose troops?
Did we?
Yeah. Wallace Randall. That's us. Lost 3,300 fucking infantry and 2,000 cav.
Yeah, but hover over the numbers. It should tell you the actual nation that lost them. We didn't lose them. Those are Novgorod losses.
What do you mean if I hover over the numbers? So I'm hovering over the lost units. It doesn't say anything. It just says lost 3310.
Okay, I already closed that tab, but we didn't lose those men. Those were Novgorod losses.
Okay.
We just arrived. We couldn't.
I was going to say, how the hell did we lose troops? We just got here.
We won, as in our alliance. Oh. I'm moving our army off that province, by the way, because we don't want to suffer the winter attrition.
Do you want to go north and try to grab? Well, let's see. Where's that one? Oh, there's 5 stacks showing up, or 6 stack.
Looks like we got to turn right around and reinforce.
Okay.
If he continues on in this fight, that's going to be good for us. Okay, there's even more men coming. Big battle approaching. Okay, here's the battle we were waiting for. At least we're in flat terrain. We don't have to worry about defenses. Oh shit! Right as we do the battle, there goes our 10% morale advisor. Okay, well this is good. This is good though too. We can hire a discipline advisor. It's comparable, not as good as the morale stacking as what we had a second ago, but it's still pretty good. I would hire the new level 1 discipline advisor.
What's his higher price? 14.
It's cheap.
Fuck, that's a lot it's a lot for what we have in remaining our treasury.
Yeah, it's cheap. I would hire him.
Is there someone who can? None of the nobility, none of our special interest groups can give us an advisor for this.
For military, as a Catholic nation, no. Yeah, the discipline guy is going to be useful.
Oh, I think I did the wrong thing.
What'd you do?
I think I dismissed him. Sure did.
Great.
For 14 gold. I thought that was the higher button.
Oh, no, you got to click on the portrait. I've done that too.
Bitch.
I've done that too.
So we get no advisor now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we did lose 14 ducats for no reason.
Yeah.
Rip.
Yeah, and you were all concerned about the amount of money it was. So
I was. That's why I was looking at it. It was 14. I'm like, that's a lot. But apparently it was a lot to dismiss him.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see how Wallace does. We got a 4 versus a 4 in the first shock phase.
When do we get another guy for that, by the way?
We'll get a new guy replacing him as an available advisor the first of the next month.
Okay. All right.
Just rolled a 5 versus a 5. There are so many troops in this fight, but here's the thing. We've talked about combat quite a bit. Oh, it's horrible, Wallace! Just rolled a 2. This is a 7. Okay. Lots of troops in this fight, right? 17.7k versus 21.4.
Yeah.
And he's got 14,000 more coming into the fight in another 10 days.
Yeah.
But only so many of them are actually engaged in the combat. You've got to whittle down the morale of each of the armies, but it's not like they can just put 400,000 troops in this province and suddenly 400,000 troops are actually engaging in combat. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Also, every regiment loses 0.01 morale every single day that they're in combat, regardless of whether they've seen any actual casualties or not. So, over time, their armies will lose morale, but we've got to roll well. And the Lithuanians need to arrive. 3 versus a 3. Lithuanians are coming on the 23rd. Okay, I'm going to leave this up to you. It's, we either wait 11 days. Novgorod backed out. He ran away, by the way. It's just us. We either fight for 11 days on our own and hope that the Lithuanians, who are military tech 4, by the way, can reinforce and we can win this fight, or we run now.
Well, we're at really low morale, too. I don't really feel like staying in this.
I think Novgorod just lost their war. I'm pretty sure they just lost their war. We're not going to help them anymore, are we? Let's do something. If you retreat right now, you are going to be allowed to do something called a controlled shatter.
Okay, I don't know how to retreat.
Okay. I just want to talk real quick about the difference between a controlled shatter and an uncontrolled shatter.
Okay. I'm gonna guess just based on that we have some control over where we go.
Exactly. But specifically when and why you're allowed to do it.
Okay.
If you have less than 0.5 morale in your army itself, so select the army. While you're looking at the battle, you should see the normal little listed armies in the top left. Wallace Randolph, normal morale bar. We're at 0.88 morale.
Yeah.
Or if you hover over the morale indicator in the actual battle itself, again, same thing, 0.88. We have more than 0.5. That means that we are allowed to control the retreat destination. Anywhere that we have military access to that's connected by land, we can right-click and our army will retreat to that province.
Okay.
It'll shatter to that province, meaning that it cannot be engaged in combat until it reaches that location.
Okay.
If you retreat with less than 0.5 morale, it is an uncontrolled retreat, and regardless of where you click, the game is going to decide where to send your army.
Okay.
You have no influence whatsoever. You might think you're sending your army in one location, but it's not necessarily going to go there.
All right.
If you have 2 armies in the battle, one of them has less than 0.5, one of them has more than 0.5, obviously your armies are going to stay split up. So what you would usually want to do in that case is tell the one that's below 0.5 to shatter, figure out where it's going, tell the other one to shatter to the same location.
Okay.
So in this case, we can control the shatter. I would shatter probably all the way down either into far corner of Sweden or Lithuania, as far as possible away.
Click it. You don't think we should try to re-engage, go back to Torzok and then re-engage when this 13 stack does something?
Nope.
Okay.
No, the war's over. We're done.
All right.
There's no way that Novgorod can win. That they can win. They already have no control of the war goal. They are already at 3.78 war exhaustion. Their enthusiasm is going to drop like crazy because they've got lots of provinces occupied, and they've lost the 2 first major battles with this in this war. Their army is down to 4,500 troops. He's not going to be able to rebuild.
I've got to say, this has been a fairly unpleasant experience being part of someone else's war.
Yeah, do you see now why I mentioned before you always want to be the war leader?
Yeah, yeah.
It's no good. So yeah, we wanna retreat to some place where we're relatively safe.
Okay, let's get out of here.
All the way back to Sweden. So just select the army while you have the battle open.
Yep.
You right click on. Be very careful. You right click on the province you want to go to because that's where they're going to go.
So there's no like retreat dialogue. It's just
Nope. You will instantly try to run in that direction.
And what dialogue? Which province do you want me to go to?
I would probably retreat back to like Glasgow, northwest corner of Sweden, where we were in preparation for the war with Denmark.
Done.
Notice how again we were able to control the retreat and we ran all the way to Glasgow.
Okay.
And that light blue indicates that it is shattering and it cannot be controlled.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's see how long it takes for Novgorod to back out of the war.
Well, that went well.
Yeah. No, I'm so glad that we helped them.
Yes.
We could focus on trade and stuff.
By the way, we got a new month. We can get a new advisor.
Yeah. Yeah. Reinforced speed guy. I would definitely take a level 1 advisor. Just you have to have them. They're too valuable for their money.
And you want me to dismiss him again to get a new one, right?
Yeah. No,
All
just take Douglas Fletcher. Click the portrait, not the dismiss.
Yeah.
Retire button.
It's weird that the number. Okay. Anyways, so what does he do? Reinforce speed? That's not that great. I don't think.
Well, not horrible. Instead of reinforcing at 100 men per month, you can reinforce 133. It can be useful, especially if you have a guy with low maneuver.
You wanted us to recall this guy from Castile?
Sure. You want?
England?
I said maintain just because I'm tired of getting pop-ups about advisors.
Yeah, no, I was going to click that too, but I thought we were going to go back to building on England.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, go do it.
Okay.
Now, Muscovy is going to have military access to any nation that we have military access. So Muscovy has military access in Sweden. He may come over and try to fight our army. So we just want to
get defensive terrain. That'd be fine.
Yeah, we want to park it behind a whole bunch of rivers and terrain that he doesn't want to go to. And hopefully, like, Hälsingland will be a great spot. It's surrounded by rivers on all sides, and it's defensive terrain. Voskugen's pretty good, but there's no river between it and Bergslagen.
The rivers are the dark blue?
Yep, the dark blue between provinces while you're on the simple terrain map mode.
Yep.
So let's just go to Hälsingland.
Got it.
Hey, there's some Lawlord heretics in England. There were. He just unsieged it in Essex.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised to see that Sweden has not done anything.
Yeah, I thought we were going to get some more with Sweden. Remember we were going to behind their like invincible infantry we were going to be behind? I liked that much more than behind the pathetic infantry that we were.
You can see now why I mentioned that Muscovy usually beats Novgorod.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't really had a chance to influence very many of the battles because Novgorod loses so damn fast.
Yes. Can we individually piece out of this or no? Because that would break our alliance?
Yes, we can. You can actually, while you have it diplomat free, go ahead and right-click on the war score indicator, bottom right score, bottom of the screen.
Okay.
Try to talk to Muscovy.
So I click them directly. No.
If you just right-click on the actual indicator itself, it'll automatically go to peace deal negotiations with Muscovy.
Yes, I'm in there, but I don't know that.
Okay.
But it shows everything here. It shows all the flags on both sides. I thought we were trying to individually piece out.
Yep, but okay, now read the summary. We are nearly negotiating for ourselves, and they are negotiating for their entire alliance.
Okay.
They are at currently negative 21 reasons to accept a white peace. Basically, they won't let us out of the war yet. Which is kind of stupid, actually, because they should be totally all for having a major ally in the war. Just peace out, but...
Okay, but they're not.
He's not gonna, because he wants to keep fighting. War's going in his favor. He's gonna get things that he wants. He's thinking maybe he can get some money from us, war reps. Who knows?
We're not paying him war reps.
No, we're not gonna give him anything. We're just gonna sit here until Novgorod gets full occupied, and then pieces out, and then we're just gonna have a truce with Muscovy for no reason.
Yep.
We're not helping anymore. We cannot afford to just let this is horrible.
Yeah, it didn't go well.
Epic failure of a relationship.
You don't want to go try to snipe that 6-stack?
I don't, no. Personally. You can if you want. It's going to be costly.
Why? Why would it be costly?
Because we're going to take casualties.
Yeah. But I kind of want them to let us out. So I'm going.
Okay.
That might encourage him to let us out, right?
If Muscovy's army strength is weakened, if he picks up exhaustion, if time passes and the war gets, the length of war modifier goes down. Ooh, this I like.
What's what?
A new alert saying we can get an idea.
Oh, I did see that. Okay. Yeah, we can purchase it. Let's do that.
Yeah.
That's more fun than losing.
Yes. Take it. Do it.
All right. Buy a diplomat?
Buy the free trade, the merchant, you mean?
Plus one merchant, yeah.
Okay.
Purchase.
Okay, from this point, I do think we should just real quick, we have to take a break in a moment, but I think it's time we should actually, since we've gone trade ideas, we should change our game plan here for income.
Okay.
Right now, if you go to the economy tab, we're making 0.44 ducats a month in spoils of war. We're privateering the trade zone of Bordeaux, and that's earning us 0.44. Meanwhile, we're collecting from the North Sea 2.22 ducats. We're also collecting from the English Channel 0.4. We have a couple of choices. We can try to steer trade towards the North Sea and collect trade there, or we could try to steer trade towards the English Channel and keep working into the English Channel and collect trade from there. Now we have an extra merchant to place, so probably the best location for him is going to be in either in Lubeck or actually Champagne would be good. The inland trade node near France. I don't want to get things too complicated, but
which one?
Here's the red one south of English Channel.
Yeah, well, I got the 5.8 in Champagne.
Yes.
Okay.
The reason why I think that would be a good location is notice that it's got that little kind of circular picture in the top right corner of it.
Yeah.
That indicates that it's an inland trade node.
What about the 7.8 England trade node in the Rhineland, just a little bit east? Isn't that better?
It is, but you got to look at the arrows. So the Rhineland steers towards Champagne. Champagne steers toward English Channel. We want to steer toward the English Channel. We don't necessarily want to steer from the Rhineland to
these
Champagne.
Arrows mean something? I just assumed they were where the trade was already going from. This is steering?
This is the only direction that it can flow. So from Champagne, it can either stay, like people can collect the money, or they can steer it toward the English Channel, or it can be steered toward Genoa. One of the two.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm thinking. We take our new merchant, we tell him to go into there. The inland trade node's going to give us extra trade power. It's just a thing. You get more.
So we have,
go to the trade.
You already sent him. I wanted to see the interface. What does the interface look like when I tell it to steer something?
Click on the actual Champagne thing.
Yeah.
You should see two buttons. Collect from trade, transfer trade.
Yeah.
Those are the only two options. Just click transfer trade.
And what would collect from trade do here?
We would use the trade power we have in that node, which is 0, to generate revenue.
Okay.
Since we have zero trade power, we would collect almost no money at all. By steering, if you go to the trade tab, F15, trade summary page, I don't think we've even spent much time on here.
Okay.
You'll notice like the 8th or 9th one down, inland bonus, plus 50.
Yeah.
You get +1 trade power when steering in inland nodes based on how much development you have. We have 176 development, so we cap out at the maximum of +50 trade power when steering using inland caravans. So basically, by putting a merchant here, we get 50 trade power instead of just the 2 that a merchant would normally provide in any other sea, any other trade zone. And we can force more of the money that's inland right now into the sea.
And is our guy in the sea, is he collecting?
The guy in the English Channel is right now, yes. He's not making like any money at all. But very soon, after our next war with England, he very well might.
Okay.
So for now, that is like probably the best location to have that extra merchant for now, because we just get so much more trade power out of him.
Right. You sent him? Or
I did.
Okay.
We can't reach the White Sea. Unfortunately, it's out of our trade range.
Okay.
And I would actually probably do. Currently collecting from trade in the North Sea, which is still probably the right thing. I'm going to try something. I want to try this. So altogether, this is what you end up spending so much time messing about with trade. What you want to look at is the current trade income plus the current spoils of war and what it is right this month versus what it can be if you move stuff around. So right now we're making 2.26 plus 0.44. So call it 2.7.
I need a reference page where you're getting this from.
The economy tab.
The economy. The trade or economy? Economy. Okay. Got it.
Economy. Yeah. Add the trade number together with the spoils of war. That's the current amount we're making from trade and boats.
Okay.
Okay, so like 2.7. If we take the guy who's currently in the North Sea and we transfer from the Rhineland, and we take the other guy that is in English Channel who's collecting, and we transfer here. I want to see what we get in a month.
Okay.
And what I'm looking at right now, what I'm trying to figure out here is that if you have a merchant collecting in any node outside of your capital node, which in this case our capital node is the North Sea, then you don't get a bonus to your trade power based on merchants. But because I just stopped collecting trade in the English Channel, we're now effectively transferring trade power with 3 merchants, which gives us 30% more trade power in the capital node by default, 10% per merchant. So basically I'm trying to just force money around and also give us more trade power and see if we can make more money that way.
And we'll know on the first when it updates, right?
Assuming every merchant has arrived, which yes, they have. So 2.7 is the mark. And we just made 2.26 plus 0.3. So we made 2.58. So a little bit less. A little bit less. But we're also privateering still. And this isn't maybe the best thing for us. Now instead
well, privateering went down. It was 0.44 before.
That's because we're steering money away from Bordeaux.
Yeah.
We're actively harming our ability to steer.
So you're thinking of reassigning the privateer to some different area?
We might be better off privateering now in the English Channel because we've steered a whole bunch of the inland wealth now into the English Channel. Let's take one more month to just see what happens here. Meanwhile, if there are any battles that are potentially happening, I hope that you just avoid them. It's a lost cause, man.
I canceled the movement.
There's just no way.
I canceled the movement. We should be stationary. Unless a fucking army is moving around somewhere that I wasn't looking. I should go find it. Why can't I see it on the trade mode? I can't see armies in the trade mode? Okay. No, we're just stationary.
That did make us some more money. Now notice that we're making 2.25 from trade. Yeah. And now spoils of war is 0.74. So now we're making 3-ish ducats. It's a very minor amount.
No, that's good. That's good. You got us like a quarter of a ducat.
Yeah, but the more boats we build, the bigger the number's going to get. So
that's impressive.
Also,
I like it.
The next war with England, this is the big thing. If we take London from England, then we're going to have a ton of trade power in the English Channel.
Okay. And we'll have to explain that again when that happens. But it can't be any more in this episode. This episode's gone too long already. And now that we've got that extra quarter of a ducat, we can. I think this is a good point. This is a high note. The war is not such a big deal. We got a quarter of a ducat.
Well, here's the other thing though. Look at the power projection.
Quarter of a ducat.
More money, we also get more power projection now because we're privateering directly against England again.
Nice.
So there's a couple of other ancillary benefits.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll be back same time, same place tomorrow.
Sorry, I'm going to take your quarter of a ducat and then I'm going to dismiss 2 more advisors. And then that quarter of a ducat is not going to be relevant for the rest of the game.
I have to make every quarter ducat I can to counteract you.
All right. Anyways, see you guys soon.
See you in a bit.